from here for doing our news.
Where can we go?
Our news television show on the YouTube stream.
Welcome. Apparently we're on television now. Does that mean we're not allowed to swear?
Uh-oh.
Is it past the watershed yet?
So, here's our vast library of news content.
I should have numbered all these and set up a poll, but like, where do we go now on the board?
Oh, damn.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, now we'll put that in our engagement book that we'll release later.
Alright, so
so Lightforge? Maybe if we do
games?
sort of meta stuff first?
Sure, yeah, let's go for it.
Lightforged.
Lightforge games. Not Lightforged games.
Yes, it is
Lightforge
neither of our main characters, which are
No.
Lightforge Drunai. Lightforge Games is a new studio. It's a new ex-Blizzard studio. So, I wonder where is the Blizzard family largest inside or outside of the company, because a lot of people are leaving. It's it's really funny. Even we were literally when we were prepping this document, like I was saying, we scroll down Twitter, and Whammo, graphics guy, he's like left. Some guy on the Hearthstone team left, and I know that's just like seeing 2 data points, but it was just funny that like in the one Twitter refresh there was 2 people leaving Blizzard.
That's what it's felt like. Like every maybe like 1 or 2 days a week, it's felt like that. We're like, oh, we'll hit post. Who's gone now?
Yeah, and then I guess it's I'd say it's spooky whenever it's like the likes of say David Kim, who are like names that we know, or Omar Gonzalez or something.
Yeah. Same with a couple of these.
Yeah, it's like not to devalue the people whose names don't like explode, but I think it's just if you see so many people whose names you recognize go, and you're like, well, as a percentage of total names at the company, not that many will be the ones you recognize. So if they're going, a lot of people must be going, especially when Riot are going to take the cream of the crop and pay them double their current salary for roughly the same level of seniority.
Yep.
So that's all fun. But Lightforge Games.
Let's talk about them.
Yeah, so they're an interesting bunch, actually. So to start off, I think we should talk about their mission. And their mission basically is big RPG stuff, and it seems like RPG stuff with player, basically player creation.
Yeah.
At the forefront.
Yeah, as they talk about combining elements from Minecraft or Roblox, and I mean Minecraft, especially recently, has been a little bit more like the adventure-y, self-make your own stuff, make your own adventure, as opposed to self-creative, the whole thing. But Roblox is very much like the metaverse created by everyone within it. A lot of that, the almost kind of like Dreams, the kind of Sackboy, the stuff that they went, Sackboy, Little Big Planet, the stuff that they went for, where it's just a lot of like game development happening in the game, and that resulting in this really vibrant community of going in and be like, oh, what Roblox game will I play today?
Yeah, well, hey, like you don't need to hire a legion of people creating content. Yeah. When essentially you get into the platform business instead of the game development business. Now, this is totally game development, but it's also a platform. And, from an investment perspective, I think you can see how stuff like this and metaverses are becoming quite big.
Yeah.
Like, I would not be surprised if you even saw Activision Blizzard try to do a metaverse play within the next, 5 to 6 years. And probably a lot of companies. I think, actually, Epic Games. Did they not just talk about their metaverse game?
Yeah, they're bigging up a metaverse in a huge, huge way.
Yeah.
Obviously built off Fortnite, of course.
For these guys, what I like is that it seemingly is a bit more aimed at like the D&D 5th edition crowd. Like the Critical Role and all that jazz.
Yes, very much.
So to do some of the notable staff, though.
Yes.
That's where it gets interesting. So Matt Schlembarry, I think is his name. He was a UI lead, software engineer at Blizzard for 8 years, UI director on Fortnite for 4 years. I grabbed just a few of the Blizzard people.
Yeah, there are more.
Yeah, like Phil Gonzalez, lead character artist of 12 years in HOTS and Star 2. Glenn Rain, art lead. He was an art lead. He was the principal artist on World of Warcraft.
Yep, this stuff is all his, right?
Amongst many more.
Yeah.
He's the guy who painted the TBC box art. The big Battle for Azeroth thing. Bolvar, giving himself some hemorrhoids over there. all painted by Glenn Rain, it seems. And also Bridget Collins, who she was a associate technical director on HOTS and a game designer on Diablo 4. Yeah. And as we said, amongst other people, that was just like a little smattering of 4.
Yeah. I'm going to point out a severe bit of irony in that the Burning Crusade is one of the most notable bits of art Glenn Rain did. The timing on that is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, so Al Cabal says Lightforge Games, never heard of him. I wouldn't expect so because they're only announced like 2 days ago.
It was 2 or 3 days ago.
They're a new company. They are backed by, I know they are backed by Dreamhaven. We found out that. So the Morheims are involved. So that means that, like with Secret Door and Moonshot,
yes,
it's sort of in that Dreamhaven family. And what I did find to be really curious, you can probably grab it in a new tab there, but if you just go to I think is it lightforge.gg? If you just go to their website, it's actually the same.
I can't type.
It's the same like style.
It's
with
very
the top nav bar as Dreamhaven.
Very Dreamhaven.
So, and it's it's really frustrating because we're
Dark Raiders destroying these colors.
So it is, yeah. For reasons that you know but others don't know, we will of course have to be doing some work on our Game Studios website.
Yes.
And I'm kind of like, I really love this format, and I know it would work really, really well for Pale, but I don't want to just do their thing, but it also is really nice. So it's like, interesting.
Well, I mean, if you take our assets from that game and see imagine what they'd look like in this style, I feel like they might be different enough that.
Yeah, it could
well,
be.
outside of the fact they just spilled the goddamn beans, like no one would notice we're copying.
People already know.
I mean that you're just want to copy this. That's what I mean. But yeah.
So that's the crack of Lightforge. Basically, it's another ex-Blizzard staff and also ex-Epic in this case. Company. The Morheims backed it. Nat said it's not like listed under Dreamhaven yet, so I have to wonder if that is just an investment deal.
I think it is. I think it's an investment, and they are good friends. Like, I imagine Mike's in touch with all of the ex-Blizz vets who are doing stuff.
I'd say
it
so.
It seems like definitely putting money behind this. Probably like advisory role kind of stuff as well, but not not literally taking them under his wing.
I don't know if we'll find this out for a very, very long time. But it does kind of seem like Mike is on a goddamn mission to like just yank shit out of Blizzard and do it again. With just how I mean, sort of bullish they seem to be. They're a busy bunch. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a whole bunch more to come with all of this stuff.
You kind of have to wonder who's left at Blizzard who's like a little bit, maybe not unhappy, but could be bribed over to greener pastures that way. It could be like that could be the end of it, or we could see another 4 studios in the next 4 or 5 months. It's hard to know when it stops.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was quite a bit going on there. So
I'd love to know what Blizzard are doing internally. I'd love to know if like Activision Blizzard going, right, okay, everyone, double wages, please don't go. Or
I think that they need to do that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few things. So from what I understand, Blizzard is a very hierarchical company.
Yes.
And very top down how it does things. Like that's even like the little things I could glean from, whenever you work with a company, right, you get like little glimpses into what their structure is like.
Yeah.
And how hard it is for staff to do anything. And like just some of the stuff with the EU community team, it was like, wow. I don't know when the EU office was formed, but I feel like I've traveled back in time a little bit to just because it seemed really hierarchical and all of those things that are, I guess, typical of companies that have not actually managed to, to modernize, I think, and to grow into the future. So I think what Blizzard probably needs to do internally is a lot of killing red tape. I think there needs to be a lot of killing red tape. There likely needs to be big thinking going on with pay because they're being fucking decimated by, I mean, that's not even the right use of decimated. It's not like 1/10 of Blizzard people are being punitively killed by a legion of people from Riot. But Riot, they will just pay you double-ish in some roles. I mean, and this isn't just us throwing out wild speculation. This is people tweeting their compensation.
Yeah, it was I can't remember what the hashtag was, but I remember that started like a year or so back, and then it resurfaced there recently with whoever it was who did it. Was it a product or project manager at Blizzard who moved to Riot, and their wage doubled, and then a couple of years later it just kept going up and up as they progressed through it, Riot. Yeah. So I think it was her who started that, and everyone else is just going, all right, well here's. Yeah, what have you got to lose?
I think everybody just realized at that point, like, holy shit, how the hell does Blizzard, like, the World of Warcraft people with millions of people throwing $15 a month at them, plus all the other things.
Yeah.
How do they underpay for the region compared to other companies? Like, okay, I can understand not being able to afford as much as Riot can because, you know, people just, you know, there's, I don't know, it's the Worlds. Maybe somebody gets drunk and then maybe they spend $120 in Worlds Orbs. You know, and then that goes to Riot, and then some people feel very embarrassed about that, and then, you know, maybe a year and a half later they end up having to do a live stream.
Yeah, who does that?
Uh-oh. So much shame. But
well, you live and learn. You live and learn.
Man, yeah, that's that. So Lightforged, GG. .gg.
Lightforge.gg.
But I wish him luck. Out of Blizzard, we have got Frost Giant doing RTS. We've got Secret Door and Moonshot doing whatever they're doing. We've got Lightforged bringing, I guess, metaverse stuff. But I think not for the audience who's more into Roblox, more for the audiences into likes of Critical Role and, you know, fantasy games. So that could be really up our alley. And I suppose we'll just have to see what else is going on, because there is also Second Dinner, Ben Brode's studio. There is also Rob Pardo's studio of Bonfire. Maybe they'll have something to say about what they're doing in the next decade. Who knows? It's been quiet, but perhaps that's quiet because it'll be rather explosive whenever they... you know, where they actually sort of go out there.
Yeah, I imagine, honestly, more than anything else, I imagine they're just sort of like, we have all this freedom, we don't know where to begin. We don't know where to begin actually making stuff now. So,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So it'll be a while for sure.